Hello there, Kangaroos, and welcome back to Roo's Dungeon Diary.
I thought we called it Boomer's Dungeon Diary.
No, we are not. This is episode 2 of our little dungeon guide, and as the background of this video already gave away, we are talking about the Deadmines today.
The title of the video says it too.
Yeah, it does. Thank you, Boomer.
You're welcome, bro.
I don't want to waste too much time with the intro, so let's head right into the background of this dungeon. The Deadmines are located in the Alliance territory of Westfall. If you've seen my Westfall review, you may remember this place. If not, here's a quick reminder. The mine now known as the Deadmine was once a really lucrative gold mine belonging to Stormwind. It actually brought in a third of the kingdom's gold supply. I don't know if you really need to know that, but I just wanted to mention it. The mines were abandoned after the Second War, since the whole of Westfall pretty much went to, well, shit. The few people remaining in Westfall began to tell stories about the mine. Ghosts and other spooky things were said to roam the mine. But that was just a ruse, spread by the Devious Brotherhood, which set up shop in the mine. Their leader, Edwin von Cleef, wanted to use the mines as a hiding place and a workshop to build a giant warship there.
What did he want with that?
He wanted to attack Stormwind. Of course. The Devious Brotherhood was eventually stopped by the Westfall militia and a group of heroes, and von Cleef had to face justice. And with justice, I mean that he got his head cut off.
That's neat.
And that brings us to the here and now. The Deadmines were abandoned once again, until the Devious Brotherhood showed up again. This time, they were led by von Cleef's daughter, Vanessa von Cleef. She had to witness the brutal murder of her father and swore vengeance. If you want to learn more about that, you could check out my Westfall review.
That's a cheap plug.
I know, shut up. Once again, she and the Devious gang squatted in the Deadmines, and they're now rebuilding von Cleef's old warship. It's up to a new group of brave adventurers to storm the mines and to stop the Brotherhood again. Quest-wise, there isn't much I can tell you, since all the quests revolve around the bosses in the dungeon. So why don't we talk about them? First up is Glooptok, a powerful ogre mage.
Look, a Shrek!
Yeah, a magical Shrek. Glooptok is the foreman of the mine workers and our first roadblock on our way to face von Cleef. He alternates between fire and ice attacks and is most dangerous to melee characters. Nothing else to add here. Next up is the goblin Helix Gearbreaker. He is tasked with rebuilding the warship's mast and can be found in the mine's workshop. Here's a fun tidbit. Even though Helix belongs to the rogue class, he is afraid of shadows and spiders. Is that information important? Not really. Helix has two phases to his fight. He starts out riding on this giant oaf, which you have to defeat first. While this fight is going on, Helix also throws out mines. Stay away from those things if you want to remain in one piece. The second phase has Helix jumping on different players, raking their faces. Just stay calm and pummel the little fucker. The next boss can be found in the mine's foundry. The Foe Reaper 5000 is a fierce machine built by the Devious to aid them in the siege on Stormwind.
Hey, I went to high school with that guy!
He looks more intimidating than he really is. He only has a variety of melee attacks and a charging attack. Things get a little bit more interesting as he reaches 30% of his health. He now deactivates his safety protocol and deals more damage. But that shouldn't really stop you from defeating him. Phew, only 2 more bosses to go. At the warship itself, we confront Admiral Ripsnarl, also known as James Harrington. This guy went a little bit mad after he got inflicted with the Worm Curse and killed his family. He was found by Vanessa von Cleef after he fled to Westfall and joined her Brotherhood to command the rebuilt Juggernaut. His fight can be a little bit annoying, since the Admiral disappears into a thick fog once he reaches 75, 50 and 25% of his health. This still doesn't save him from being defeated. And last but not least, it's time to face the Devious Kingpin herself. Or so you would think. Instead of facing Vanessa, you are met by the ship's cook, Cookie. Yes, that's right, the final boss of this dungeon is a Murloc. Hooray. Cookie is a fairly easy to defeat foe, since he remains stationary in his cauldron and has no special attacks to look out for. On a lighter note, seasoned players may remember him as an optional boss from the vanilla days. And that ends the Deadmines dungeon. The Devious Brotherhood was stopped once again, and everything is fine and dandy. Besides the fact that Vanessa escaped and is still on the loose. But that's not entirely true. If you return to the Deadmines on its level 85 heroic mode, you actually get to fight Vanessa as the final boss.
I've been waiting a long time for this, you know.
This is a really fun encounter, since she poisons your mind, Scarecrow style. Now you have to live through the nightmares of her officers. But you don't get to kill Vanessa yourself. She opts out to blow herself and the Juggernaut up. And now, you finally defeated Vanessa Van Cleef. But that's not entirely true either, since she later shows up in the Rogue Order Hall in the Legion add-on. But that is a story for another video. And that's the Deadmines dealt with. It is a fun dungeon. I always enjoyed it back in the vanilla days, and to this day I always have a lot of fun running through it. Well, Boomer, what dungeon is coming up next?
The Shadowfang Keep.
Ooh, that's a nice one too. This are Rue and Boomer signing off.
Bye bye.